once. And before I read chapter 2, I'm not sure whether I showed you Zara's sprites. I love the sprites. Gosh, I'd like to have a sprite of my own, wouldn't you? And yeah, that's Mustard Thoughts there. That's a right cool one. I think she'll be about that big. Ariel is one of the lead sprites, a really cool one. Again, a bit bigger still. Time Loss and Tip and Storm. And some of my favourites though are the sweet little hairy fairies, which are much smaller, and that's Bumbleboozle. And this one is my favourite, and Zara's favourite, that's Squeeze Juice, the little eager Squeeze Juice. Love it. Okay, so 2. Now we're about to meet the other hero, a warrior called Wish. I love Wish. Anyway, meanwhile, a stout and terrified warrior pony with 2 young warriors sitting on its back has set out secretly from Iron Warrior fort under cover of darkness. Warriors were not supposed to leave the fort after nightfall, for the warriors were petrified of the magic that was out in the forest. Iron Warrior Fort was the largest fort you could possibly imagine, with 13 watch towers and encircled by 7 great ditches cut into the hill. 7 is a sort of magic number to people. How scared those warriors might be of everything that is magic to have built such a mighty fort, white as bone, with little slit windows like the blink of a malevolent cat. But nonetheless, this particular warrior pony had managed to sneak out without the nervous sentries that clanked their way along the fort walls spotting it. Perhaps, just perhaps, those sentries were right to be anxiously straining their eyes into the endless green wilderness that surrounded and engulfed them, watching, peering, struggling to see what might be out there. For something bad was watching the pony from high up in the treetops. So there you can see Wish, that's one of the heroes, Wish, and her bodyguard riding on the pony, and there's something bad watching them. It was too early to tell what that something was. Many bad things live in the Bad Woods. It could have been a cat monster. It could have been a werewolf. It could have been a rogue. Rogues are a bit like ogres, but a lot more scary. Time will tell what it was. But it wasn't surprising that the pony had caught the something's attention. But the pony was cantering far too noisily through the undergrowth, and bumping along on its back were a skinny little warrior princess and her assistant bodyguard, Bodkin. They were wearing red cloaks over their armour, which made them shine out like stars in the dark green forest. Short of wearing a big archery target on the top of their heads or a sign saying, "Eat me, oh hungry monsters of the Bad Woods," nothing could really have made them stand out more. The princess had a very long and regal name, but everybody called her Wish. Warrior princesses, of course, ought to be impressively tall and absolutely terrifying, like Wish's mother, Queen Sycorax. But Wish was neither scary nor large. Oh, I love Wish. She had a curious little face that was rather too interested in the world around her, and hair that stuck out too wispily as if she'd accidentally hit some unnoticed spot of static electricity. A black patch covered her right eye. She seemed to be searching for something with the other. "We're not supposed to come out here on our own in the day, let alone in the night time," said Bodkin, the assistant bodyguard, looking nervously over his shoulder. Bodkin wasn't the regular bodyguard of this weird little princess. Her proper bodyguard had fallen ill with a nasty autumn cold. I also love Bodkin. Bodkin had landed the highly sought-after role as understudy for a royal bodyguard, even though he was only 13 years old, because he was very studious and he had come out top of his class in the Advanced Arts of Bodyguarding exams. However, this was the first time he had done the actual job, and he was finding it a good deal harder than he thought it would be. The princess wouldn't do what she was told, for starters, and although he studied very hard, to be honest, Bodkin didn't really like fighting very much, and the thought that he might actually be in a real situation where there was a possibility of violence was making him feel a little sick. "There could be werewolves or cat monsters or giants out there," said Bodkin, "and then there's the bears and the jaguars and the wizards and the roguebress, and even dwarves can get nasty when they're hunting in packs." "Oh, don't be so gloomy, Bodkin," replied the princess. "We'll get back as soon as we find my pet. This is all your fault anyway. You frightened him when you said you'd report him to my mother, and he completely panicked and ran away." "I was only trying to stop you from getting into any more trouble," said Bodkin. "You're not allowed pets. They're against the warrior rules." Bodkin was a boy who really believed in the rules. He was hoping to work his way up from being an assistant bodyguard to a household defender, and you didn't get that by breaking the rules. And you're most particularly not allowed this kind of pet. He must be terrified, worried Wish. We couldn't possibly leave him running away all on his own in the terrors of the bad woods, all alone and scared, and he might be being chased by raving fan mouse or something. Oh, I wonder what a raving fan mouth is. I'm sure it'll tell us sometime in the series. Aha, she said with triumphant relief. There he is. She hauled on the pony's reins to bring him to a halt and picked up something that was scurrying through the undergrowth. Thank goodness! She stroked whatever it was gently and made soothing noises as if to say, don't worry, it's fine. You're safe now, you're with me. The sort of noises that might calm a petrified dog or cat or rabbit that had been running scared and all alone through the bad woods after the setting of the autumn sun. The pet was not a dog or a cat or even a rabbit. That pet of yours is a spoon, objected Bodkin. The assistant bodyguard was right. The pet was indeed a large iron dinner spoon. That's important. Why is that important? Because if you remember, magic's supposed to be allergic to iron. Anyway, here's the spoon. So he is, said Wish, as if she'd only just noticed, getting back on the pony and drying off the spoon with the end of her sleeve. Look, there's Wish and the spoon. I love it. There he is. The magical spoon. And that spoon is alive! Princess is alive, said Bodkin, giving a little shiver of horror as he looked at the spoon, which means that it is an entirely banned magical object, enchanted object. Haven't you seen the signs all over Warrior Fort? Absolutely no magic, no enchanted objects, no animals indoors. All magic is banned and must be reported to a higher authority as so that reports can be made and the magic got rid of. I'm not sure he's magic exactly. He's just a little bendy. Of course he's magic, snapped Bodkin. Ordinary spoons do not jump up and down to get you to stroke them. Ordinary spoons just lie quietly and feed you your dinner. Look at this one. It's bowing to me. So he is, said Wish proudly. Isn't he clever? Bodkin breathed very heavily indeed. This is not clever. This is breaking so many rules, it's difficult to know where to begin. Where did you find this spoon? He just turned up in my room one day like a wild mouse or something. So I fed him some milk and he's been hanging out with me ever since, which was nice. But because before he came, I was a bit lonely. Haven't you ever been lonely, Bodkin? Well, I have actually, admitted Bodkin, ever since I did so well in the exams and got appointed your personal assistant bodyguard. All the other assistant bodyguards said I got above myself and now they're not talking to me. And hang on a second, that's not the point. The point is, said Bodkin, if an enchanted object turns up unexpectedly in a warrior fort, you really ought to tell your mother, Queen Sycorax, immediately so that she can remove its magic, not adopt it as your pet. So that's the first half of chapter 2. I'll read the second half tomorrow. But look, I just thought I'd show you the page that shows you spoon moods. Spoon happy, sad, sleepy, cross. I like sleepy, cross. I love Wish's enchanted spoon. That happens to be alive. But made out of iron. Something odd is going on going on around here. We'll have to find out what as we go on.